Welcome back to the channel, friends. I'll never forget the day when two payments hit my bank account within one single month. One was the rent from a property that I had waited 10 years for. The other was dividends from some stocks that I invested back home. That was the first time I realized what true passive income feels like. Money that comes in even when you are not working. That money changed the way I looked at money forever. Back then, the idea of investing was very limited. I thought it only meant putting money into gold, locking it away in a fixed deposit, or buying real estate in a very conventional way. Now, you see, the rental property I got my first rent from was very special. I'm saying this sarcastically. I had booked it 10 years earlier. For a whole decade, I kept paying, waiting, hoping. And finally, the project was handed over, which resulted in the first rent hitting my bank account. That money felt completely different from my salary. The salary is earned after showing up, after giving up your time, but this was the money flowing in because of an asset I owned. And on the same month, by coincidence, I also received some dividend payments from my stocks portfolio as well. That stock portfolio, it's a different story how I came to know about those stocks that I purchased at that time. But incidentally, the dividends came the same month that my rent also was appearing in my bank account. That was actually a light bulb moment for me. That day taught me something powerful. Money can flow into your account while you sleep if you build the right systems. Now, as an expat in Dubai, this matters even more. There is no pension, no social security safety net. Jobs are temporary, but the expenses are permanent. So, if you are living here, you need to create your own safety net. Passive income is the cushion that keeps you safe, it's what gives you freedom. And that's what makes sure that even if something happens to your job, your life doesn't collapse overnight. Now, from those early investments, I learned a lot. That rental property taught me patience. 10 years is a long wait, but the payoff was worth it. Those stocks back home showed me beauty of dividends. A small check, but proof that compounding works. The key takeaway here is not every investment pays fast, but every investment teaches you something about money, about patience, and about yourself. Fast forward to today, my passive income comes from different sources, apart from real estate, which needs huge upfront cost. I'm not going to talk about real estate in this video because it's not going to be maybe the target audience is different here. I'm going to talk about the assets which you can easily invest in with even as low as 500 to $1,000. Now, what are the options that you have that you can invest in? So, just a disclaimer here, I am a registered financial influencer from SCA, so I won't be recommending any of the stocks or any of the platforms here. Of course, I'm recommending the platforms, but I'm not recommending stocks or any of the investments in those platforms. While I will also show you my portfolio, but it doesn't mean that you should be going ahead and buying those stocks because those are my personal, let's say, my personal beliefs, or let's say my personal systems that I have purchased those stocks or those investments. So, what are the options for you to invest in while you're in the GCC countries? First and foremost is the US stocks. Everyone knows that US is the biggest economy in the world, and the stock market holds a lot of huge companies in the US. But at the same time, you don't have to pick stocks. It's not for everyone to pick stocks. You can do easily with the ETFs. I'll go through ETFs and I'll go through the platform itself in a bit. The other point is, or other option is to invest in the UAE stocks. While you are living in the UAE or while you're living in the GCC region, you know companies like MR, companies like Salik, Diva. These are solid dividend paying companies. Some of the companies are giving you 5 to 6% dividend returns as well. But again, stock picking is not easy, but you have to do your own due diligence. That's why I always rely on ETFs investing. And again, I'm going to talk about ETF investing in a bit. Then there is, if you, let's say, if you are talking about, if you are an expat, of course, you probably have some kind of stock market back home, so you can invest in that stock market as well. But I'm not going to go deep into that because I don't know which country you're from. I'm from Pakistan, so I invest in my country's stock market because it has done really well, and I've been investing for a long time in the stock market there. but it has, of course, some risks involved. So again, you have to go through those risks before going ahead and investing a substantial amount of money. um, then comes the crowd-funded real estate platforms like smart crowd, Prepco, and Stake. I have made several videos about those platforms as well. I'm not going to go into details about those, but these platforms are good for people who want to invest in real estate and does not have a lot of investment capital to go and buy investment property directly, or they don't want to go to the bank to get a mortgage. So here in these platforms, you can invest as low as let's say $2,000 dirhams. I'm talking about dirhams here, 2,000 dirhams, and then keep on accumulating the shares in those properties. I made, again, as I said, I made several videos about these platforms. You can go check them out. Links are also in the description of this video. Now, each platform that I've mentioned has pros and cons, um, but together they balance out risk. This is the power of diversification. My goal is simple here. I want to maximize returns without putting in a lot of work, because this is about building passive income. If over the long term my combined returns, say they are in the range of 8 to 10% in USD terms, I'm more than happy in that case. 8 to 10% return USD terms, I'm more than happy for passive income. After all, my active hustles are already feeding these investments, and that's what allows my wealth to keep growing and keep compounding. Compounding is something which is not known to a lot of people, I assume, because whenever I talk to people, they don't understand how a very small amount over the long period of time can compound and give you a lot of money and a lot of wealth. It can generate a lot of wealth. I've made a separate video about compounding. You can go check that particular video out. Now, here's the most important thing. You don't need to start big. As I mentioned here, it's only 2,000 dirhams, $500, $1,000 maybe per month, that you can start with. What matters is consistency. Small regular investments build up. First, cover up your emergency fund. I talked about that as well in a different video, but this is very important to have some kind of emergency fund with you before going into investments. Then start layering passive income streams one by one. Think of it like planting trees. Some grows fast, some grow slow, but 10 years from now, you'll be thankful you started planning today. Now, as I mentioned, I'll show you one of the platforms, which is Sarwa. I'll just go through quickly the app itself and how you can invest in it. Although I made several videos about Sarwa separately as well, but you can now I'll show you my portfolio as well, how it works out, and if you're starting new, it's the best platform here in the UAE. Okay, now let me go through Sarva's app. I've been talking about Sarva a lot. I've been talking on this channel for Sarva for the last 2 3 years, since I've been making YouTube videos in English, and then before that as well. Since I've been making videos on YouTube for last 5 years, I have been talking about Sarva since then. And the reason is that the app is really cool. It gives me all options that I need to invest in the US market as a beginner or as an intermediate investor as well. Now, Sarva has two platforms. And by the way, this video, I might be able to show you my portfolio, but don't take that portfolio as some kind of investment advice, because this is not what I'm doing here. I'm a registered financial influencer from SEA as well, which means that I do my due diligence before investing. But I don't do I don't want to recommend any stocks to you. This is not my forte, you can say. Do usually the ETF investing or the robo investing myself, but the stock picking is really fun, but it's not something which I recommend people myself. Now, it has two platforms, as I mentioned. Sarva accounts has, let's say, Sarva Invest and Sarva Trade. So Sarva Invest is basically it is the account which you can just deposit your money, and Sarva will take care of it. You can see here the Sarva Invest account, my balance is $21,323. The management fee, the last management fee that was charged on this account was $14.89. This is translating to 0.85% per annum. Uh, Having said that, I calculated just recently that the total returns from Sarwa Invest has beaten ETFs like VOO and VWRA since February 2025. So this was really surprising for me because it has all kind of fees involved as well, but still they were beating a good deal of ETFs themselves. VOO by a big margin, because VOO, I think, because of the US dollar going down, and it has some impact of currency devaluation as well. US dollar had a much higher impact than the global market. So global market was part of Sarva Invest in my portfolio. That is why it has given me much better returns compared to VOO. But at the same time, VWRA, which is also a total world index, it has also uh, been beaten by Sarva Invest portfolio, which is a surprise to me. Not by a big margin. I don't exactly remember, but I'll mention the that returns in the text here. So if you are a new investor, I would recommend to go with Sarva Invest, and depending on your risk taking profile, you can go either in a risk profile number 6, 7, 1, 2, depending on how much risk you want to take. I always take the maximum risk, barring the crypto, because I think that I'm already investing less in terms of my total net worth in the US market. So why not to take the full exposure to the risk? So that is my way of thinking, but it depends on your whatever you're thinking. Now, Survey Trade is one of the other platform that I just mentioned before. I've been investing regularly in Survey Invest. You can see my portfolio here, although I'm again not suggesting you copy this completely, because this is something which is personal to me. VOO is something which you may think of investing yourself, because this is uh, the top. I'll just show you what exactly it means. So it means that the fund seeks to track the performance of its benchmark index, the S&P 500. So it's the total 500 companies within the stock market of the US, the top 500 companies. That is what this exact ETF is tracking. The other stocks that I've purchased are just like my own analysis, or whatever you want to say. But these are this is a small portfolio. There is another portfolio that I have with me. There are other options. There are options to invest in crypto. There is option to invest in commodities ETFs. There is option to invest in real estate REITs. There is also corporate events. Let's say for Walmart, I know that on September the 2nd, I will get certain dividends, which is let's say $0.235 per share, that is going to be credited in my account, which I can see in my transactions as well. Most popular stocks are also mentioned here. So is a lot of information this which is available in Sarva. If you want to open the account with Sarva, there is a referral link mentioned in the description of this video. You can go check that out. You will get 500 dirhams of referral bonus if you use my referral code, which is linked in the description of this video. So let me take you back to the light bulb moment, the day when rent and dividends hit my account at the same time. That day made me realize, as an expat, you must build your own safety net. If you're in the UAE or Gulf, start exploring these options now. Your future self will thank you. And I want to hear from you. What's your first passive income streams going to be? Drop it in the comments below, or already, if you're having some passive income streams, do let me know in the comment section. Towards the end of the video, I'll point you towards some of the videos that I've made recently about stake and Sarva. Here's the video which you can see and learn more about stake if you haven't. And there is another video I made about Sarva. Here's the link to the video, the recent one. You can go check that out. Thank you very much.